both of these drafts, I do agree with the panel. I think Kiyotaka on Queen of Pain is going to have a really good time. There aren't that many ways to deal with him. Bramble Maze, Curse Crown later on, Storm Spirit with the pull. It's there. Let's say these are all like, I would say, cheaper spells, but Kiyotaka, this newer trend that we're seeing with the Blade Mail Quap, we also saw Blade Mail Tiny from the previous game, it does work out amazingly, and also he does have a bit of a protection from his Enchantress, does have global presence from Dawnbreaker, so he blinks in, and you know this guy's gonna blink in, he's gonna mess up, he's gonna be playing super aggressive. He does have a follow-up this time around.
Yeah, you've called Kiyotaka in the past the Eastern EE, and he definitely has that similar all-or-nothing playstyle. It's been fun to watch on the Queen of Pain, and they do have some decent lockdown. They have some good sustains, so our Guardian, maybe some overprotective nature's attendance. And I like what Aurora have, and they've looked really good so far. They had one bad series game in Gladiators, but other than that, they've been a sharp team. And I'm excited to see how this matchup goes over mid. Kiyotaka actually taking a good amount of damage from Nisha, who is running out of mana. We'll see who picks up these water runes. Doesn't look like anybody's coming over, but where do you think first blood happens?
Mid lane, it's Kiyotaka. It's definitely going to happen. Either he's going to play super aggressive, kill himself, or he's just going to get the kill somehow, really push the limits. But definitely the lane to watch what's happening in that one. I mean, we saw when he was playing clear Hand of Midas, go for an item. Trying to initiate onto Boxy, who doesn't have Shadow Realm.
No, doesn't have it for 7 seconds, but does have a Fairy Fire trying to get away well.
He also has Healing Salve, so might pop Healing Salve and Shadow Realm go back to full HP.
Yeah. Easy does it. Ooh, sending the Boglet over.
What is the duration left on that Healing Salve? Because of the Pixie Dust, that regeneration has been increased by 50%. 7.39.
Stun on a Saberlight. Bristleback does not have the greatest win rate. This has been not the best Bristle tournament, but seems to still get a lot of priority. And you can see Dark Willow on your screen. 14 overall wins in 34 picks. So a lot of picks on the Dark Willow, but under 50% win rate.
Bristleback has been constantly nerfed. I mean, the hero has been OP for quite some time. He was for a good 6 months, I would say. Well, did a good job blocking the entrance to that Lotus Pool, making sure that they're going to get it. And this is the type of a support that Sven needs in the lane. Like, a lot of the times you will see Sven slightly get pushed out of the lane. If he dies once, he comes back to a lane, they have level advantage, maybe they kill him one more time. But with this sustain, and he also started with a very interesting item build, new branches, magic wand as well, playing against Bristleback, knows that there's going to be a good amount of spam coming out.
So you have the sustain, you have the nature's attendance to heal you up. Right now, just level 1. They went level 2 in the enchant, but Nightfall, you know, sometimes you like a Warlock in your lane, you can get Shadow Word, heal up, stay in the lane, sustain. See those shackles on the Mickey, but there's not really a lot of damage onto the Lina. Their attention is onto Insania, who will give up first blood to Toronto Tokyo. There will be a trade for the Lina to be picked up, and over mid they also look over at the Enchantress, but they just don't have the control or the depth.
Insania still in vacation mode. I mean, it definitely does affect their gameplay, jokes aside, because yeah, I think Fear had a good point on the panel that if you're playing against these guys that are spamming 10-12 games a day, every single day, when you go on a vacation or if you're gone for whatever reason, it can definitely affect your gameplay. But overall, a decent trade for Liquid. Mickey did get solo XP, and they're getting initiated on the bottom. Mickey
has himself that wand, lands a stun.
Raindrop plus 1, keeping him alive.
Should survive, and they're so aggressive. Well, why not, right? Chicken Fingers gives you that opportunity to have that with the Hex and a Shackle. There really isn't much stopping you from landing a Starbreaker afterwards, and they're confident enough to just go under the tower. And
that's very aggressive from Mira. He knows that he has Stick, Fairy Fire, and a bit of a heal coming out from Shackles.
And MK's in trouble. Starbreaker lands, and they'll have this kill. They might even get a second. They hit the Shackle. These creeps just aren't hitting Mira immediately. But now, finally dies to Insania, and Toronto Tokyo will have the Celestial Hammer, but just doesn't quite land everything.
Raindrop. They did invest into early raindrops on Liquid, making sure that it's going to keep them alive. There's a good amount of spam coming out.
they kind of stay right? Like you have that raindrop, but then afterwards, they still had a lot more to throw your way, especially when both heroes are there. You've got the extra hex shackle. Bring Panto over. It is about that 6-minute mark. Mira's going to walk all the way down mid to try and contest whatever power rune comes out. Kiyotaka, as well as Nisha, have been quiet other than just getting their CS. First on the high ground, sees Nisha, ball lightning in.
He gets it.
He picks up that haste rune very easily, and Panta now in a bit of trouble. Kiyotaka is there to help. So is Mira. The Shadow Realm strike just really tough to see Chances, though.
Nicely done by Nisha. Blinks in. If he finds any other rune, like Regen could be real nice, but other runes could cause some of the issues. With haste, it does allow him to run back. Still grabbing the kill. Enchantress is very annoying. Like, she's very difficult to deal with overprotective wisps. He pops the nature attendants as well. Magic wand. Win rate not the greatest, but Hero is definitely making a comeback. I don't think we've seen it too much in the last couple of tournaments.
Certainly finding its way in. That's why it's only 7 picks right now. But there's a lot of heroes in this game that like don't have that great of a win rate. So somebody's getting the benefits of a victory here.
Yeah, we gotta go through the list, see who we can find to blame, who ruined the win rate of the hero. That's why, like, win rate sometimes when you check like what's happening after day 1, day 2, it might give you the wrong picture what's going on.
You start to get a little bit deeper into the playoffs, then maybe it means a bit more, but there are a lot more games happening, of course, in the Swiss stage when everybody's still around. So getting to that 6 for Nightfall.
Having a bit of a quieter game on Saberlight. They weren't able to put too much pressure, considering that there was Enchantress in the lane, which did manage to stabilize the lane for Sven. Usually, as I said, if this guy dies once, maybe he can die the second time. But all he wants to do is Guardian. Nice setup.
Also got Panther to try and help out and heal up Mira. Mira is the target for the Starbreaker. Exactly on target there for anything other than just kind of losing Mira and running away. They committed to that, but didn't
not
really
getting a kill. Ooh, this is the big one for Kiyotaka. This is one of the best heroes in the game to TP rotate with, especially if you get Arcane Rune, Amplified Damage. Especially if you push out the waves, if the lane is not close to your tower, Queen of Pain is definitely going to punish that. So far, the lanes are in a good position for Liquid. Keeping it at their towers. Nisha, as long as he has mana, he's gonna be fine, unless somehow Mira can find a wraparound. Level 4 on this Shadow Shaman.
Dire are scanning.
A little bit of a lead for Aurora. You've got Dawnbreaker at the top, not getting that kill though over bottom. Still waiting to see if Queen of Pain makes a move. Now Nightfall at level 7. They bring in Senya as well as the Dark Willow of Boxy towards top. Maybe looking for Nightfall, but if there's this rotation from Kiyotaka with that amplified damage and they don't kill Nightfall immediately, this could fall apart.
Yeah, this is not the easiest hero to kill. Both of the supports on Liquid are level 4. Bristleback with green facet doesn't really deal that much damage. He is lowering armor. Sven with 1 point in Warcry. It gives him good 5 armor, which is most of the time nice, but he's also super high level on Sven. He was not pressured in the lane, which does allow him to stay in the lane, farm the camps close to him.
Net reel into a Laguna LSA. Toronto Tokyo getting a bit low. Is still alive, just fine. With a sliver of health, and now they've got Kiyotaka nearby. Having that amplified damage should be able to get a kill here on a Boxy at least, but the Sonic Wave gets thrown out. Only hit on it is Dark Willow. Senya got a lot of mana to work with. Panther's here for the heal just in case. And they've got Mira with the Hex, and they'll have Shackle if need be, but they don't. Kiyotaka's got a double.
Very nice moves from Aurora. All these small items that he did buy on Toronto Tokyo, also that Lotus that he did pick up, actually made the difference. Raindrop, ate the Lotus, and with this amplified damage, this is pretty much going to be a tower dead unless Nisha decides to TP rotate. He doesn't find the rune, it's going to be in the top lane. Toronto Tokyo trying to snatch it. He uses almost all of his mana pool.
Pops a gets the tower, and then Blink's looking over for Insania, but won't get that opportunity to jump this Naga Siren.
All 3 cores from Aurora. want these heroes to be. Having a bit of a global presence with Solar Guardian, Queen of Pain can easily set things out. Same goes for Shadow Shaman. And also in terms of the damage output on Liquid, there is Storm Spirit, Lina. Not sure how Mickey wants to get involved. Lina is a bit of a weird hero in terms of when she gets involved. A lot of the times you will see Lina, especially if she loses the early stages of the game, not get involved early. If you get jumped, they're gonna die. And Toronto Tokyo will secure this kill.
And that's what you talk about, global presence. You can be in there. Sword Guardian makes it pretty easy. They are going to get a kill over bottom on Mira and get the courier. Deliver the items before that. But wanting to slow down Mira as best as possible. And that's just about before Mira got to level 6. So you're slowing down at maybe a potential push with certain wards, at least for a couple seconds.
They're also showing the heroes. Moxie showed in the top lane. This Observer Ward did catch him. Storm showed in the bottom lane as well. So this allowed them to play slightly more aggressive in the mid lane, allowing them to go for the tower, at least deal some damage. Toronto Tokyo. Next on ulti in a minute. The big one is Nightfall. Like, Lina against Sven matchup can be very difficult for Lina until she gets to her BKB. Even when she has BKB, Sven will still initiate on you. There are no BKB piercing abilities inside of Team Liquid, so if she gets stunned, she's pretty much gonna die. One downside to not having too many stuns on Aurora other than Sven is you're not getting the value out of your vanquisher, which is pretty insane damage. With level 10 talent, it goes up to 30%.
Playmail now for the Dawnbreaker, and it's actually right under the nose of Mira. See if they can secure the kill. They'll pop the chicken on and get that kill or the foul play. Kiyotaka, the Bramble Maze lands on 2. The heals are enough to keep Kiyotaka alive. Nightfall makes the rotation, but with the God Strength and the stun, it's still not a quick enough kill to stop the song and the TP out.
Kiyotaka was doing the math there. If he uses Sonic Wave, will that be enough to kill him? But did not go for it. And now, with God Strength still remaining, needs to be careful.
Yeah, God Strength ran out. And now, the into a Solar Guardian, they'll bring in the Dawnbreaker, who doesn't have a lot of mana to really follow up jumping in. All these heroes are here for Aurora. They'll have Queen of Pain back. And Liquid, they're on the edge. They're looking maybe to initiate, but it's Kiyotaka's the one who jumps forward. And that Stormbreaker but Saberlight fighting 1v1 against Tokyo now gets himself that Storm. Sonic Wave puts Storm low. Nisha ends up dead. Toronto Tokyo, he's caught within the wards, but he should be fine.
I love these blade mails. It does allow Queen of Pain to jump in. And with the blade mail, it's only level 1 blink, so very long cooldown. Actually, 12 seconds. And the TP part of that blade mail kind of resets as well, so they can't really focus on it. No LSA ready.
No way to help Insania. He's already songed. It's on cooldown. He gets caught by the shackle.
G also talked in a pre-game interview whether this is going to be a good Shadow Shaman game against Storm or not, whether he's going to be clicking the buttons, and he did click some buttons. Storm Spirit dips in, instantly hexed, drops the wards. I believe that's a level 3 shackle, so definitely more than enough to bring him down. There's also not too many ways to stop Shadow Shaman from casting his spells. There are some, but it's not like too crazy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Starbreaker or Saberlight just taking these stacks. Go for the Heaven's Halberd. We've seen a lot of Bristlebacks go to Heaven's Halberd first. Especially against something like Sven. But the lead for Aurora is kind of up there already. 4,000 net worth ahead, 15 minutes into the game. You've got Sven at the top. How do you deal with Nightfall? He's so far ahead from the rest.
Nightfall's gonna hit finding already did, considering that he didn't die a single time, so it's not pushed out of his lane. 2,000 HP on him. This Warcry is maxed out. Great against Lina, great against Lina as well. Lina is dealing the mixed damage, magical and physical, so that's gonna be blocking some of it at least.
It's the end of his God Strength. Back up deeper into the jungle. Angel's actually pretty far forward across the river. He's looking for a Solar Crest. Shadow Shaman wants that blink initiation. Almost has that blink dagger. That'll give them another option. going in. A lot of their fights, at least have up to this point for Aurora, have kind of been this counterplay with Solar Guardian.
When Mira picks up a Blink Dagger, they can start to play more aggressive plays on the side, make sure that they have good vision. Shadow Shaman jumps in, the follow-up from Dawnbreaker should be enough. And now they feel very comfortable farming. I see that the Blade Mail carriers or Aurora also found Chip West, so that's going to be even more damage returned.
That combo feels
Radiant
really
are
sweet.
scanning.
Kiyotaka pops Blade Mail. Mox is here. He's also over to the side with Insania.
He knows. He can reset multiple times. Mira caught him.
Shackles, Sword Guardian's coming in, and that's an easy kill on Nisha, set up again by Shadow Shaman. I mean, how many games do we watch that Shadow Shaman is just the guy playmaking for whatever team they're on?
Yeah, that's why this hero is heavily contested, one of the most contested heroes. He's not in top 5, actually.
Which is surprising.
Yeah, he's contested in 65% of the games. The big ones are Dead Prophet, Batrider, and Undying.
Every game we watch this Shadow Shaman devastate the game of somebody on the other team.
Worthy trip. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just with chicken fingers, having that initial chicken fingers into a Hex and a Shackle, you have such a long amount of time to have this lockdown and have somebody respond. It also sets up well, of course, with that Solar Guardian that we talked about. Toronto Tokyo is only 1,000 gold away from picking up his aghanim scepter.
This allows you to land your stun almost immediately, and
Radiant's top
it
tower
pulses,
is
it
under
does
attack.
follow you, so it's really nice. Kiyotaka, I haven't seen this build yet. Also, there's no real silences. I guess he wants to
Radiant's top tower.
be the guy who initiates, pretty much, because Dawnbreaker is not an initiator. She's a counter-initiator. Shadow Shaman can do it, but a lot of the times I think you will see Kiyotaka with him pop his Blade Mail, use Yule Scepter to dispel Bramble Maze, dispel Curse Crown, some Goose Stacks as well. Liquid trying to make it move here, but this is a very difficult kill to get. And on the other side, Nightfall, he's ready to take the fight. With the Blink Dagger, Echo Saber, Mask of Madness, it is an insane amount of damage.
He's got so
Mira,
much farm.
I feel like he's gonna catch him here. Ops is ready.
Blink Dagger is available for him. And with the God Strength, it's just such an easy kill. Using that Hex, having that Shackle, making sure Nightfall has enough time to output that damage with God Strength.
Radiant's
It's
middle
instant.
tower
They have
is under
no
attack.
response to this Sven. He's way too massive, deals way too much damage. And he also has same goes for Queen of Pain. These two
Radiant's
heroes
top
like
tower
really
is under
transition
attack.
well into the mid and late game, especially with the good start that they're having right now. Liquid will smoke up. Maybe they're gonna be able to find something here, but there's gotta be aware of Dawn.
Line to go down as they see each other. It's Nightfall who backs away.
I wanted the big target, but I also like that Dawnbreaker is not using ulti for Shadow Shaman, instead keeping it for the bigger target if they initiate on the Queen of Pain or Sven.
Of course, has that Ags a little bit faster than the other. Duels for the Queen of Pain. Up 7,000 net worth. It's not like it's been this huge kill one-sided affair, but overall, they're just farming the map so much more efficiently and getting more out of these fights.
Yeah, look at how efficient Toronto Tokyo is farming, even the
It's just too late. You held onto it 3-4 times.
Insania might die here. Kiyotaka has enough to use the Sonic Wave if he
Radiant's
wants to,
bottom
but
tower
also
is under attack.
doesn't need it. If he was about to use or at least use the song, he can interrupt it with the Yule Scepter, has that region running, and then he can set it up, so saves it for a bigger target. Kiyotaka, no emotions whatsoever, as per usual.
Very stoic in the webcam view.
Yeah, that knee also always up.
Yeah, it's the keyboard side knee. So he wraps his arm around the knee and gets to the keyboard. I don't know if that's like...
Yeah, and look at the difference
or-
between Mira, the way he's sitting, you can tell that he's tense, he's fully focused, and then you have Kiyotaka.
I mean,
Zero fucks
his
given.
sitting stance
Like,
is even crazier. He's like leaning on the knee that is
always the right
between
G.
the table. I can't see that is...
Their knees are not heavy. Definitely.
Get to that 20-minute mark. We get them themselves the Tormentor. We got Shard now on Mira. Continuing to just have a great
Dire's
game.
middle tower has fallen.
7 to 11. Without stopping Nightfall, I just don't see Liquid. They have to find a way to pick him off, but they haven't exactly crossed the rate.
They don't have the damage. Like, their damage is a little bit over time. They have some explosive damage from Lina, but it's not enough. Even with Storm Spirit zipping in, maybe with this amplified damage, they are going to be able to find something. But also the way Nick is itemized, going for straight BKB, kind of unnecessary in a game like this, knowing that if he gets jumped, he's straight up going to die. There's another pick off Mira. Another death of him.
Yeah,
he
caught him with
is 7 out of 11 deaths off his team.
Wow.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Really not surprised. I mean, in the last couple of months, maybe a whole year, even more, I would say, we actually have position 4 and position 5 swapping in terms of how much farm they're getting and how many deaths they're having in the top. I'll hold that thought. Dawnbreaker.
They really have the tag for this. Super Guardian, Sonic Wave, and Sing is dead. safelane moving forward, and the Terrorize landed. Now you've got the Blitz to heal them. Kiyotaka just moving forward. Nightfall with the gun strength and the BKB hot. safelane dies, and the push can go for Aurora, but maybe they can find themselves another target. They find mid lane. This could be really devastating, and they are chasing, they are looking, but he's going to get under the tier 2 tower from the other side of the lane.
Difficult fight for them, but I can understand what they're trying to do, because if they initiate on anybody else other than Dawnbreaker, so the only way pretty much for you to play is to go on the Dawnbreaker, and then the rest of the team can't really follow up that easily. But there's also a tier 2 tower. Kiyotaka was in a good place to use the Sonic Wave, so they get more kills. Bristleback, like, his damage is non-existent. He's still yet to be involved in a kill. 0-3 and 0 on Saberlight.
Not an exciting game for Bristleback.
Yeah, and to go back to my point about position 4s, like if you look at the most deaths so far in the tournament, it's going to be mostly position 4s. You have Scope, you have Foxy, who's like averaging 8.5 deaths per game, Kaori, Michael, and Omar. So most of them are position 4s. I mean, we've been in the meta where Ricky, X-Assassin have been popular a couple of months ago, and these heroes were kind of getting the kills, kind of things out, and then dying. Another pick off.
Nisha, he will...
Nightfall's ready. Everything, and now he's going to be pulled down.
They're trying to go die themselves. This kill at will. Now getting Nightfall, they get the Terrorize onto the Dawnbreaker, and the BKB running away is Lina and the rest of the supports. And that's why he ends up dying, but they do get the Sven.
Nightfall. Jumping in and
into Serpent Wards.
Yeah, and he doesn't have Facebook. He doesn't have any ways of getting out like Queen of Pain can.
Radiant
or Dawnbreaker. He was
attack.
waiting for the right moment to get the jump, making sure that Storm Spirit's not going to be zipping in on top of him one more time, but also needs to be aware of that. So he blinked in. Let's see it. You got a kill, but he also landed into 2-man LSA. Maybe he was not expecting rescue. Blink to the side, and still, even with that, they're unable to get more out of it. I think if they got one more trade out of it, it would be still good for Aurora, but some signs of life from Team Liquid.
Definitely signs of life. You know, it's Betboom damage too that really helps to get that kill. I think, like you said, he wasn't expecting more than maybe the Lina to be there, but they had all the help that they needed to get that kill. The slowdown spent for... Yeah, very close to daedalus, and then impact more damage.
BKB was also not ready. Like, the full Nightfall wasn't ready. I don't think he had TP available. But instead, they're gonna go to Roshman. Take it. Let's see if we can grab this Roshan. Sven is hero. Gonna is a good candidate. But also knowing how Nightfall, he might just be the one. But never mind. Dawnbreaker. Golden item does survive that initiation.
BKB TPL. Name a more iconic duo, honestly. I don't think you can. BKB and TP. But they did end up giving that Aegis to Kiyotaka.
Overall, a better choice.
He's going for the Shiva's Guard. He's got the Kaya. as well as the Sanj
Radiant's
flying
bottom
in.
tower is under attack.
Very tanky. Still yet to die. Kiyotaka literally is a flip a coin type of a player. His Hand of Midas Mango didn't really work out. His Ember Spirit was day 1, day 2. It worked out amazingly. Storm Spirit needs to be careful. Let's have BKB and TP ready.
But they're still sticking with Nisha. It's forcing him to use all his
Gold Scepter's ready.
Yeah, Yules will stop that TP, and now you've got Solar Guardian that can fly in for the stun. The Starbreaker lands, and just the follow-along. Oh, Nisha surviving thanks to Insania being there with the song.
Let's see if Kiyotaka can read this one.
He's still headed up for a while. They'll get Insania instead. But Nisha survives because of the song Sacrifice. Nightfall has going, and they hit him one time, and they'll get this kill. I said he survived, but the chase was still there, and the ward giving them everything they needed to get that kill.
Panto is really good. Like, I think this guy, like on Enchantress, you're not going to be seeing that much of an impact. Maybe he's going to be stacking some of the camps. Enchantress is not like the most fun hero. But Panto, as a player, is very good at providing vision for the team and knowing where they need to play, what they are. Even when they're playing from behind, but especially when they're playing from ahead, his warding has been top-notch.
Yeah, he's definitely been one of those players to really evolve with the last year and a half of play, I would say, or even really the last year.
Yeah, I mean, he was called Panto Meme before, but this guy's definitely not meme. He removed it. Okay, BKB, forced to use it.
His time with Liga, Chimera, coming in here, playing with Aurora, he is at his prime. Like, he looks so good as a support, and it's, you know, it is the cast around him that really has elevated
Radiant's top tower is under
into
attack.
the player that he is now.
Okay, no BKB. Kiyotaka's ready to go in.
Kiyotaka continues to do this, where he is just mirroring these movements. He's sticking to them, and right on to Mickey.
Mika can't deal damage. These two Blade Mails, you know they're coming, and without a BKB, you're just gonna hurt yourself. Nisha, again, doesn't have much mana to work with. He's ready to jump in.
Chicken figures in that terrorize, so Nisha can turn this. Nightfall is here on the blade. Oh, Nightfall. The God Strength just crushes both Foxy and Nisha.
That's a triple.
Nightfall 100 from Nightfall on that attack.
Nightfall dies when Nightfall this time. Kill for him. Getting unstuck and unleashing that damage.
Oh, yeah. No more daytime because night has fallen here in this game number 1. Liquid hoping to see some sunshine and turn this game around, but it's all Aurora. God Strength with Nightfall on the farm that he's got. Hitting for 1,600, cleaning up these heroes. The Cleave cleaning up a couple, and they are pushing a couple blades at the moment, and I wonder what Liquid's answer is.
Way too much. Look at Kiyotaka, how aggressive he's playing. He does have still that agent available, but with Blade Mail, Scepter, Glimmer Cape behind him, he can play as aggressive as he wants to.
And with Solar Guardian, Dawnbreaker's just able to farm away from the lane where they're pushing, be involved in the fight at any time. Going into the AC. So much going for them. Aurora have really put Liquid on their heels in this game number 1. It has just been all Aurora the entire time. They just never really had a chance to punish Nightfall. They got that one kill, but other than that, he free farmed for a long time.
He did. He has satanic. You're not bursting this guy. Not sure what needs to happen. Saberlight again. Nightfall. Not
Solar Guardian, and there's the Starbreaker. Toronto Tokyo will get credit, is dominating as they take out Saberlight. Dead for 50 seconds.
Saberlight is 0-5 and 0. 30 minutes in. Kind of a tough game for him. He got shut down and doesn't Like, they lost the bottom lane as well. Lena's gonna fall back to jungle. Storm Spirit did get caught off guard a couple of times. Mira ready in the right spot.
Dire's
That was
top
a
tower
very,
is under attack.
very quick tormentor. I think from half health, Sven killed it.
We saw a lot of like comebacks so far in Wallachia, but this game, I don't know what needs to happen for Aurora to lose this game.
The fights aren't long enough.
The fights are over. As soon as Sven blinks in, the fight is pretty much over. Kiyotaka going for a solo kill.
And he'll get it. Alan Senior silence. Gem's on the deck. Panto nearby. He'll pick up the gem, but just another kill. Kiyotaka has played very aggressively this entire game.
They just picked up a gem, but Panto also bought the gem. It's on the courier, so he's gonna keep that one in base. I mean, they also just purchased the gem on Liquid, which is a one for them. Means that you're going to be losing onto
Radiant's
vision
top
advantage. I
tower
mean,
is
you
under
don't have any advantage, but you're going to be losing at least some vision.
Pushing
Radiant's top
two lanes
tower
at the
has
same
fallen.
time, just pushing in mid. They've already broken the high ground on, and it's just the range racks that
These are
available.
very generous, 14%, I would say.
Yeah, not really sure where it comes from.
Storm Spirit, probably. His ability to fight next to the fountain, reset multiple times, maybe use a buyback. Nisha, trying to go through the twin gates, way the top part of the map. Lane is approaching bottom. That's another freebie tower for Aurora.
They pushed her because they took the top tier too. I thought maybe they'd try for the high ground, but they stopped and went towards bottom to kind of wait a little bit.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Dark Willow. He's gonna spot Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka again, he's killing Foxy so quickly. Nightfall gets Insania. Now also dying. Works. There's just no help, and Mickey is dead to Mira. They'll find Kiyotaka, they'll vortex him in, and they won't finish this kill. Able to blink away. Sonic Wave finally finishes off Kiyotaka, but Howden's costing so much. You're not able to TP out on Saberlight, so he'll end up falling too. And 4 heroes are dead while Nightfall takes the base.
Yeah, he's taking pretty much the whole base. Oh, nice. Blanked out. Has stun ready. Needs to be careful. No bounce. Has been nerfed. 5 left seconds in the last patch, but doesn't have that available, but should be enough to take this side. Maybe take the mid as well. 40 seconds without Bristleback.
They'll just take this ranged, and then maybe here you can drop Serpent Ward bottom.
Yeah, they have VKB still available on Sven.
They're on cooldown right now, but they'll have him on 15,000 damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All lightning just looking for an opportunity to maybe get a pull or just deter some of these Aurora heroes, but they're so far ahead, it's not easy to do so.
You did your best.
34,000 net worth. Aurora have just not missed the beat.
Come get me. You want me? Come get me.
Nightfall has had a perfect game. Picks up the Swift Blink. He's 10-1 and 3. They'll wait for Roche. They're waiting on that timer. They have sent the Croaker in there.
Dire are
Much
scanning.
nicer home than the normal camp that a Croaker spawns in. A lot of space. Bigger than my apartment.
Radiant are scanning.
For Nightfall, making it
Another ultra kill. No more heroes to kill. No rampage for Nightfall. Well, this game was just a complete beatdown. Aurora winning pretty much all 3 lanes.